At work, one small mistake can turn into a big disaster in seconds. In this video, you'll see the most ridiculous worker mistakes caught on camera, where simple tasks went completely wrong. Get ready for shocking fails, bad decisions, and moments that will make you wonder how this even happened. First day at work, and it's already going completely off the rails. Not the start he imagined.
So when he met the other horses, he was excited, and he felt more comfortable. Yep.
This horse
Did he just break it?
I think he did. This Valentine's Day, he's definitely remembering it longer than his girlfriend is, for all the wrong reasons. Looks like tonight's party is officially dry, and not by choice. This is what happens when you try to DIY something that clearly needs professionals. Confidence was high. Skills were not. I'm convinced this team deserves a gold medal for Most Ridiculous Workers of the Year. They say working with your girlfriend brings you closer, or completely destroys your peace. Good thing she wasn't standing any closer. That could have ended way worse.
I'll grab your hat for you.
Everything that could go wrong here absolutely did. It's like a checklist of fails.
The price of wine might go up a bit today.
At that point, all he could do was step back and watch the chaos he created. No fixing that. His colleague's dog stole the spotlight on live TV. Didn't even try, just natural talent. Luckily, he had a helmet on.
His salary just took off like a rocket.
This is exactly why parking spots exist, and why you should actually use them.
เมตรและท่วมมิดหัวทีมข่าวไปมากนะครับโดยนายจิตติกรนะครับยังบอกกับทีมข่าวด้วยนะครับว่า
คือน้ำมาเร็วมาก
ครับ
ประมาณไม่ถึง15 นาทีอะ
ครับ
ท่วมเลยระดับนี้เลย แต่ว่ากระแสน้ำพอพังปุ๊บมันช่องมันกว้างมันก็เลยมาถึงเร็วมีปีแล้วครับ
ปีที่แล้วลึกขนาดนี้ไหมครับ
ปีแล้วยังน้อยกว่านี้ครับ
มันระดับประมาณไหนปีที่แล้ว
ก็ใกล้เคียงกันครับต่างกันก็ประมาณสัก20
Lack of sleep equals zero focus, and zero focus equal moments like this. Tried to act smart, ended up doing the exact opposite. Classic.
Good morning, guys. All right, I know I roller skated as a kid.
Okay, are you okay? We think she's okay. Shayla, can you hear?
Oh my gosh! You can't. Oh my god! I know you're so calm, but I'm so scared of you.
She was excited to film an interview at the zoo, but the tiger clearly had other plans.
Oh my god! It's recording too, so I'm gonna have something to show everybody when I get back. They're gonna crack up.
You know the saying, too many people involved, and nothing gets done right. This is proof. This job clearly needed 2 people. One just wasn't enough for this mess. He really wanted to impress his girlfriend. Yeah, that didn't go as planned. Nothing worse than an early morning shift, especially when it starts like this. When you rush, you mess up every single time. He's counting the seconds until his shift ends. You can see it on his face. He tried to report live from the street, but the people around him kept interrupting him, and he finally snapped. This is literally me and my friend when we used to work together. Pure chaos. Ah yes, millionaire problems. Must be tough. A perfect domino setup. Now he has to start all over again. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And tell us in the comments which country you're watching from. We'd love to know where most of our amazing audience is coming from. Have you ever seen this many watermelons in one place? It's actually insane. Maybe they didn't realize they were being tested live, but the camera caught everything. Her colleague is giving her a massage. He's in trouble if his wife saw this at home.
C'est un petit peu pareil que ce matin. Les Alpes rejoignent le sud-est sous le soleil, pas mal de pluie à signaler dans le nord-ouest. Les températures 11 à Paris et je crois que c'est 20 à Nice.
C'est un peu particulier, hein. N'essayez pas de comprendre.
C'est sympa.
Il n'y a généralement rien à... C'est comme ça. Très bien. Le mot en question. Léon. Jingle.
Komisija predstavila 750 milijardi eura težak fond.
WBRZ, Team 2 traffic. While they were removing Brink 2, 2020.
Some days are easy, and then there are days like this.
Oh my God! Well, DOT.
His co-workers are never bored when he's around. There's always something happening. He said he's in love, and yeah, you can definitely tell.
Maybe just the possibilities of...
Whoa! Hey, cat.
A cute cat casually interrupts a police interview. Honestly, best moment of the clip.
I'm gonna move you.
That's assault.
Got a light falling here. The wind is really picking up out here, but just, Tisha, imagine.
This is getting out of hand. Who would have thought that this famous host would do this? These craftsmen rely too much on the thin structure while installing the metal sheets. Watch how the poorly distributed load pulls the truck directly to the side. The driver had no chance of maintaining control over the vehicle. The workers seemed to lack the strength to restrain the tool, so the machine started doing whatever it wanted. It seems the driver was lost in thought and completely forgot about the height of his vehicle. The collision with the portal was inevitable and quite violent. There is no room for jokes here because the situation became critical in a second. Only pure luck saved him from the worst possible outcome. Watch this shocking moment when the ceiling gives way and swallows the person standing on it. He thought he would finish the job with one blow, but the tool flew out of his hands. Watch how these unclosed doors catch an obstacle and literally drag the entire car with them. The road turned red from thousands of apples that fell out of the crates. The sight is incredible, but the damage to the farmers must be huge. Watch this force of nature or bad demolition as the chimney falls through the house structure. The roof disappeared in a second under the weight of bricks and concrete. What was this worker actually thinking while placing the safety line around his neck? Instead of saving him, this loop would turn a fall into a true tragedy. The footage shows an incredible amount of dust that swallowed the entire job site. The excavator operator probably couldn't see a thing as the ground collapsed. A real river of beer is flowing across the asphalt after the crates tumbled from the truck. Cleanup will take hours, and the smell will linger for days after this incident. The damage is huge, and the road has become a real slot. Operating a crane requires surgical precision, which this worker clearly didn't have today. The load began to sway until it became too heavy to maintain balance. The result is a pile of destroyed material and a workday gone wrong. Wet grass and a steep slope were fatal for this heavy tractor. The wheels completely lost friction, turning the vehicle into a multi-ton sled. The only question is where and how this dangerous ride will end. The footage shows the moment the truck catches the power cables and literally rips the pole out of the ground. It's lucky no one was nearby when the electrical grid collapsed onto the asphalt. This is a classic example of negligence when transporting oversized cargo. Watch this chain reaction and the destruction triggered by just one person on a bike. The truck had to be sacrificed and run off the road to avoid hitting him directly. This is a reminder of how important it is for all road users to be extremely careful. As soon as the crane pulled, it became clear the pole's structure was completely rotten. Instead of lifting it in one piece, the workers got a pile of concrete and rebar on the ground. A poor assessment of the material condition led to this chaotic result. Watch this incredible flood that paralyzed the entire area in just a few minutes. Water under pressure is blasting through the asphalt and sweeping away everything in its path, creating unprecedented chaos. Utility services will have their hands full stopping this torrent. Security footage captured the catastrophic moment the warehouse blew up. The force of the blast was so strong that the roof literally vanished in a second. Let's hope all the workers managed to leave the facility before this fiery inferno. They tried to be creative with unloading but forgot the basic laws of physics. The entire trailer lost its balance and flipped over in a second. This is proof that shortcuts at work often lead directly to disaster. A disastrous day for a delivery driver that simply couldn't have gone worse. After the fall, an unfortunate chain of events led to the bike ending up at the bottom of the river. Let's hope he at least remained uninjured after so much bad luck. Watch how the machine struggles with the load until the situation spirals out of control. The overturning forklift pulled and injured a man who happened to be nearby. Workplace safety must never be ignored, especially with loads like these. There are moments when you just feel that something bad is going to happen. Every move by the workers only accelerated the arrival of the inevitable accident that was looming. Sometimes the only solution is to stop and start over, but here it was too late. An incredible scene where a professional unintentionally worsens the situation to the max. One wrong reaction turned a small fireplace fire into an uncontrolled blaze. The entire house went up in flames before his eyes while he was trying to help. The battle against extreme winter conditions ended in defeat for this driver. The truck remained motionless, shackled by ice that formed faster than he could react. Serious equipment will be needed to free this giant from its frozen embrace. A sight no property owner wants to see in their home. Liquid concrete found its way through the cracks and covered all the rooms on the floor below. This is a real nightmare for any contractor and a huge financial loss. Incredible footage of the moment a vehicle leaves the trailer mid-drive. It was only by pure luck that no one else hit this gift in the middle of the highway. Always check your straps and chains, or you'll end up in a compilation like this. This footage reminds us how fragile architecture actually is in the face of demolition. In a few minutes, a home built with much effort became just a pile of dust and rubble. It's incredible to watch the speed at which the walls give way one after another. Always stay at a safe distance from rotating parts, because 1 second changes everything. The machine caught his clothing and began pulling him along with incredible speed. This is a terrifying reminder of how ruthless industrial machines can be. This massive part, resembling an aircraft structure, proved to be too much for the machine that tried to move it. Although the machinery seemed powerful, the weight of the load completely tipped the scales and pulled everything down. We are watching an incredible sight where metal loses the battle with gravity as the entire system collapses. All that was needed for a successful job was perfect precision while lowering this massive load onto the container. Unfortunately, just one wrong move by the operator was enough for the entire operation to fail in a second. Instead of a stable placement, the load slipped and caused a chain reaction of destruction. His balance on these unsteady steps is truly fascinating, even though the sight of standing at such a height looks quite terrifying. He seemed confident in his movements until he made a fatal mistake during the ceiling repair. At that moment, the entire structure above him began to collapse, pulling him directly toward the ground. Even the most skilled acrobat wouldn't be able to stay upright when the roof literally disintegrates in their hands. Judging by the way he lost control, it seems this is one of the first workdays for this beginner. The high-pressure water jet showed such force that it literally threw him to the ground in a fraction of a second. He might need a bit more time in the gym to get stronger and manage to restrain this untamable water cannon. Physics was ruthless here, turning a simple work task into a painful lesson about kickback. Look at this overloaded truck moving peacefully along the road until a car lightly grazed it while passing. That small contact was quite enough to disrupt the stability of the poorly secured cargo, which immediately began to fall off. The entire shipment scattered across the asphalt, creating an instant blockade in danger for all other nearby drivers. It seems this craftsman didn't plan the work sequence well because he removed the most essential part holding the structure together. As soon as he removed that key element, the scaffold lost stability and stopped providing him with any support. Instead of staying at a safe height, the worker began falling toward the ground along with the metal poles. Such mistakes on a construction site happen quickly but leave long-term consequences for everyone's safety. Watch how this crane struggles desperately because it is clearly not strong enough to lift these massive slabs. Although the workers tried to unload them, the hydraulic power reached its limit and the machine began to shake dangerously. The slabs remained motionless on the truck, while the crane showed signs of giving way under the impossible load. It is clear they will need much more powerful machinery for this job to avoid total equipment destruction. The scene of this crane working through the night at the top of the building looks truly surreal and almost cinematic under the floodlights. However, the idol is broken the moment the internal mechanism fails and the entire structure begins to tilt. The steel giant crashed directly onto the building it was constructing in a second, causing a terrifying bang that woke the whole neighborhood. While she was cooking, everything burned. They say practice makes perfect. Their date hadn't even properly started, and it's already going downhill fast. Why are those birds forming a perfect circle on the water? Looks like a secret meeting we're not invited to. That was this close to a perfect drift. One tiny move away from being smooth instead of embarrassing. This is honestly one of the most beautiful things I've seen in a long time. One of those clips you just replay. If this wasn't recorded, nobody would believe he wasn't at fault. This is pure evidence saving his life. Be honest, are you counting the days until summer and the sea? Because same here. Animals here are always interesting, probably because they can climb literally anywhere. Nothing is off limits. Yeah, maybe a smaller car would have been a smarter choice here. I don't think he realizes how badly he could have been hurt falling from that height. That could have gone very wrong. Nature has painted its most beautiful underwater landscape here. The rocks serve as a labyrinth for these fast and silent inhabitants. A giant water wall suddenly swallows the entire terrace. The restaurant guest flees from the cold sea's rush. Steel traffic sign stands motionless in the way. The bike bends as the rider flies over the handlebars. Branches stop traffic at the very entrance. Lunch was interrupted by the deafening sound of old bark snapping. Glass shatters with a quiet sound of electrical discharge. The car slips off the platform in broad daylight. Metal scrapes against the asphalt as the vehicle slowly flips. A broom won't be enough for this cleanup today. The entire toolkit is now swimming in a dark and slippery mess. The handyman swears while trying to save at least his new work shoes. The man proudly watches this incredible sight from the road. The air vibrates with the sound of thousands of small and fast strokes. Nature returned to its home in a magnificent and organized style. Engineers celebrate this success from the other side of the screen. The rocket floats while ships urgently head toward its exact location. The future of space exploration just touched the ocean floor with a big bang. Car dances a crazy dance backward without any order. The woman desperately holds the steering wheel while the world passes by her windows. Luckily, no other car found itself in this path. Air bubbles quickly disappear in the murky, deep water. Fins fight in vain against the powerful rhythm of the wild ocean. Experience is the only thing that can bring them back to safety now. Fear paralyzed this once quiet living room. No one dares to approach that unexpected and cold-blooded guest. This afternoon nap ended faster than anyone had planned. Architecture created an incredible visual spectacle in the center. Every window shines like 1,000 small and bright crystals. The skyscraper looks as if it is made of pure liquid light. parents watch the destroyed tech in total disbelief. Silence reigns in the apartment, broken only by a child's innocent smile. Investing in a new device has just become priority number one. Observers rub their eyes watching this strange natural phenomenon. White sails cut the air where waves should be. The camera captured a moment where the sea and the sky become one. The books constantly flip in a circle without end. The viewer tries in vain to understand where reality ends and the trick begins. This literary puzzle leaves the brain in a state of total and utter confusion. Enjoying nature reached its peak today. Every leg movement leaves a mark on the crystal clear water. Freedom of movement across the lake looks like the most beautiful dream in motion. The scene looks like a shot from an expensive movie. The camera managed to capture the raw beauty of harsh and dry nature. Every gust of air creates a new and unrepeatable image in the sand. Zoo has never been such a fun place. The animals decided to show who the real boss is in the footage. The memory of this encounter will remain forever stored in their phones. Luck followed him all the way to the bottom. The stop was dramatic, but ultimately quite successfully executed. Adrenaline will keep him awake for at least the next few days. Even though she always creates a show and chaos at work, her colleagues still love her the most. Observer from above feels awe and chills. The sea looks as if it is boiling with a gray mass. The safety of the solid rock has never been as appreciated as it is today. Human beings look like crumbs next to this giant. The heart beats faster as the tail fin slowly vanishes. This encounter in the deep will remain their favorite story. The pilot proudly lifts the machine back toward the clouds. Water droplets spray everywhere in a spectacular ascent. This maneuver left everyone present on the beach speechless. Thanks for watching these unbelievable moments from the road. If any clip surprised you, let me know which one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insane moments caught on camera.